So we back with another video. Cause you already know I'm gonna keep these videos back to back for y'all because it's ghetto confessions. Yeah, so today's topic we gonna be talking about loners, okay? Loner, homebodies. You don't fuck with nobody. You hate people, like. So let's get into it. From my personal experience, I feel like I'm a loner because let me just clear this up. I was not always a loner, I should say, because I feel like I've always been a loner since I was little. Because growing up, like, I was always like by myself, like 67% of the time. Like, I'll be climbing a tree by myself, or playing around in the park, or just doing some boy shit in the cut. Like, but I feel like I always kept friends around me. I actually do like being around cool, real ass people, like just real ass people, like real ass bitches, like that can just like, cause when you real, I can't really explain the type of person that I like, because when you real, everything just flow naturally. Like, from my perspective, when you first meet somebody, like, be yourself. Like, you be like me personally, when I meet somebody, like, before we can be friends, you gotta like understand how I do things, because I feel like I lose a lot of friendships due to me neglecting the friendship. But they don't understand that when you dealing with a loner, it's either two things. Like, they're a loner because of their past experience, or they're a loner because they're dealing with their mental health issues. Like, that's my opinion. Like, those two options. Like, nobody is more so really acting funny or being phony. Like, that's just, they don't like you. You understand? Like, if you don't like a person, you can kind of have some loner traits, and they can try to play little mind games and act like that's the case. But most of the time, a lot of these females just don't fuck with you like that, and they don't know how to tell you. Because I feel like we need to normalize, when you first link up with somebody, one of the things that I feel like gets in the way, especially when you're dealing with loners, is the honesty. Like, it's like, if I'm hanging with you and I say, oh, let's go get some ice cream or some shit, like, and you don't got no bread, like, say something. Like, there's no reason to start acting weird or try to start a problem with that person. And but yeah, my bad, y'all. Like, yeah, there's no reason to start acting like weird as fuck. Like, I feel like you should just tell that person, like, you don't fucking got it. Like, I'm the type of person, I'm gonna tell you I don't got it. I'm not about to wait till we get at the door and start acting dumb as fuck, or wait till that last moment when we got to go to try to start acting weird. Like, I'm gonna tell you, listen, I don't got it. If we go in a liquor store and you trying to buy an expensive ass bottle, and I know I don't have like at least half of that bottle to put in with you, like, I'm gonna tell you, like, we should go a little light today, like, or I ain't really drinking like that, let's get something little. Like, say something. Like, don't just sit there acting like your money on your debit card and your debit card fucking broke and all this bullshit. Like, stop doing that. Y'all bitches gotta stop doing that, because a lot of the times when you be honest, that shit go a long way. But back to the loner, like, type more so category. I feel like I don't like being around people, and I get a little I start to deal with a little social anxiety. But I feel like some people might come off as they might not believe that, because when I am out, I'm like always, but they don't realize, like, I be under the influence, and most of the time when I get nervous and I am in front of people, you get different types of people with social anxiety. And from my experience, I get real sociable when I'm nervous, if that makes any sense. Like, I just start talking a lot, and I start asking mad questions, and I could come off as a bit weird. Like, I'll start changing the subject and everything that I'm comfortable, being in that present time, and I don't notice that. But it might come off as weird, and a lot of people don't even catch it that I do that. Most of the time, if I'm changing the subject, or like, blacking out, is most of the time something that you were saying might have triggered me. or anything like that, and I kind of just aborted the situation. But me personally, I deal with mental health issues, you understand? So these days I understand that certain people and certain crowds are just not for me. It's not because I'm the problem or they the problem. It's just it don't go. Like, if I know that I dealt with things in my past and my past experiences, like, I just don't want to be around certain shit. So I definitely don't want to be around nobody who just talking about somebody that they beat up under all the time. Like, that's weird to me. Like, I'm not saying, like, if something happened with you and your friend and, you know, you call your other friend to kind of get some feedback or venting. Like, if you go to my last videos, I definitely broke down what I feel about venting and gossiping. So I feel like venting is okay, and sometimes other people's are implemented in your feelings, and I'm a firm believer, and that's okay. Like, that's okay. When you put that person in your presence, you want it to be on their mind. So it's like, you can't kind of take that back. You don't get that back. So moving forward, you just gotta be choosy on the people who you know you want in your circle, and the people who you want to think about for the rest of your life at this point, because that's just it. Like, you can't go out and commit a crime with somebody and then get mad because they want to tell the police what they did. You understand? While they were with you. Like, you can't really, like, you know, so that type of shit go a long way with me. So I pretty much just mind my business and let people go through the trials and tribulations of the choices they made, because it ain't my place or yours to, you know, really trying to dictate how somebody tell their story just because you were there. And a lot of people don't understand, like me personally, I'm not a liar. So if I'm telling my story and you was there, I'm not going to put my character on the line just to save you. You understand? So it's like, if we robbed the bank and it's like, I'm telling the story how I robbed the bank, and it's like, oh, such and such opened the door and I went in. You understand? Like, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm the one who kicked it. Like, it just goes a long way for me. And me personally, I just don't have cooties, and I don't have to deal with this type of shit. So I could stand on this type of shit, you understand? Because I made sure that my life is incompatible to what I say, and that's just that. So it's like, I can feel this way because I know for a fact that I'm gonna go 100% to make sure I'm not in that predicament. And it's like, when I do get in that predicament, then it wouldn't be so oh, I know what she's gonna do. It's gonna more so be, she has to figure out another way, you understand? So just be choosy when you mix my words up. But my whole thing is like, most of the time people deal with mental health issues and they just like want to be isolated and figure it out. Like, if you just a loner and you just like dying away slowly, like, that's different, because you're miserable. That's not a loner, that's misery. You understand? People confuse misery and loneliness, like, and loneliness. Like, nobody's miserable. Like, I know I'm definitely not miserable. I'm happy in my own space. I don't know if I'm still institutionalized or if I'm traumatized. Like, I don't know where it's coming from, because I got a bit of everything in one shebang, you understand? So I really don't know what it is. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm still trying to figure it out with y'all, and at this point, shit, I'm coming to y'all for help at this point, trying to figure it out. But I know for the most part my mental health plays a lot in it, and honestly, when I'm a loner, I feel like I be more focused. I be more, like, I'm one of those loners that make achievements, you understand, when they're by yourself. I'm like self-taught. Like, I do best when I'm self-reflecting, because when I get other people's opinions, I feel like, I'm not saying that they're telling me something wrong, it just don't work for me. You understand? Like, you can tell how you finished school and how you went to college and how you got this job and how you got your car and how you maintain your bills and how you raise your kids. Like, that's cool. But when you take somebody with 3 felonies, a record with dozens of motherfucking assault charges, 2 little deaths, but from back then, little demeanors too, cause I don't play that shit. I'm not taking nobody still in charge. I beat a bitch the fuck up getting caught stealing with me, okay? Like, I don't play that shit. Like, I'll beat you the fuck up right in the back room, bitch. And most of the time, if I know somebody's stealing, I'm not gonna be with them. So if you get caught stealing, that means you was stealing, like, around me too, and that's a problem. You ain't even feel comfortable telling me you're stealing. Like, that's a fucking problem. I'm gonna beat you the fuck up. Like, if we out chilling with some niggas and you rob them and get caught and you don't tell me, like, it's up and it's stuck, cause you're weird. You're weird, like, and you're fucking weird. And that goes back to what I said a couple sentences ago, like, with implementing people in your shit. Like, tell them, you understand, inform them, don't just surprise them, and don't be lying. Like, tell them how you feel, tell them what's up. Like, people should be prepared. Like, that's another thing with y'all niggas that be telling. I feel like there's some weird ass paperwork coming out. Like, why you ain't been tell that nigga you told on him? Like, you're weird ass. You should have told that nigga in 5 years some paperwork about to hit. I did some bullshit, like, man up, nigga, the fuck. But that's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. That's something I would do. Like, if I ever was in that situation and told on someone, I feel like I would tell them ahead of time. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, one of them. Yeah, I'm definitely telling them for feeling. But my own thing is this, like, that's like like the boys come grab you up and they ask you about some shit and let you go. Like, you wouldn't tell the person they act like you just weird. You weird.